Hello and welcome to Soft Factors in Project Management. Three major takeaways from this lecture. First, you will be able to grasp important competencies for the project manager. Second, you will be able to answer the question what stakeholder management means, and you will be able to realize the impact of different mindsets and work approaches on daily business. So let's start. As a project manager, you have to be able to act in challenging environments, balancing three project dimensions: cost, time, and scope. Let's now take a closer look at competencies that you have to provide to be successful in this role. First, you as a project manager coordinate your project. So you have to be good at administration and organizing tasks. For example, you have to know what a Gantt chart or a risk matrix are used for, how to calculate your cost, what are the stakeholder metrics, how to organize reporting within the project, and so on. In addition, you have to be confident in using PM tools like, for example, MS Teams or MS Project. Here you also have to know how to use standard MS Office applications like PowerPoint or Excel. Apart of administrative work, you should possess technical subject expertise in the area where you do your project. If it's not the case, you shall be able to dive into new subjects quickly. Why it's important? Keep in mind, your technical expertise always helps you to speak the same language with your client. The most essential dimension is soft skills. Managing project is people business. So you have to be a team player, good communicator, and a mediator between different parties and mindsets. To be able to perform on the long term, you have to learn how to balance your work and life effectively, how to delegate tasks. And last but not least, a sense of humor is crucial for this job. As already mentioned, managing projects is always a people business. You continuously do stakeholder management, meaning you have to understand who the parties, stakeholders involved into your project are, what are their interests and their impact on the project. You harmonize expectations and mediate between different parties. In general, the larger the project, the more time you dedicate to the stakeholder management. Finally, depending on the country where you do your project, you might be facing, let's say, different work styles. From my personal experience, one can differentiate between the Western and Eastern approaches. And this is less about the geography, but more about the way of doing business. So let's take a look. What do we have for the West? Here, there is a desire to plan everything in detail, strong risk management in place. This is also coupled with a lower willingness to work in a firefighting mode and to deviate from the plan. However, I have to say, this mindset is also slowly changing due to the increasing role of the agile methods in the project management. There is a strong employee protection by law, for example, regarding overtime. This is something you have to bear in mind for your planning. What else? Way of doing business is more formalistic. Formal processes often prevail verbal agreements. And modern tools for communication are widely in use, for example, MS Teams. What do we have for so-called Eastern approach? Here, firefighting mode can be a regular way of doing business. And basically, you can mirror all the points in an opposite way. Less protection by law, personal connections are more important, and so on. However, you have a higher flexibility here with regard to plan changes, and personal connections and verbal agreements can also speed up the process. To sum up, if you do project management in West and East, you have to be aware of those differences. Okay, fine. So we are done with our introductory part. Let's move to our first project step, project request. And please keep in mind, you are always welcome to drop me a message in case you have any questions. See you in the next lecture.